The mass airflow sensor, or MAF sensor, measures the amount of air entering the engine and sends that information to the car's computer, or ECU. Based on the MAF sensor's reading, the ECU adjusts how much fuel to inject, aiming to keep the air-fuel mixture balanced for performance, efficiency, and emissions. You'll find the MAF sensor installed inside the air duct, between the air filter and the intake manifold. If it measures airflow incorrectly, the entire combustion process can be thrown off. Too much air without enough fuel, and the engine will run lean, leading to hesitation, poor power, or even engine damage. Too much fuel, and you get a rich mixture, causing rough running, increased emissions, and damage to parts like the catalytic converter. There are mainly two modern types of MAF sensors, hot wire and hot film, and an older style known as the vane meter or door type. The most common today is the hot wire MAF sensor. It has a thin wire positioned directly in the path of incoming air. This wire is heated electrically to a constant temperature, about 200 degrees Fahrenheit hotter than the air coming in. As more air flows over the wire, it cools down faster. To maintain the set temperature, the sensor increases the electrical current. The amount of current needed to keep the wire hot directly tells the computer how much air is entering the engine. The hot film MAF sensor works almost the same way, but uses a thin film instead of a wire. It calculates the exact air mass flowing in the intake by measuring the difference in temperature of two defined temperature fields. As air flow across the sensor increases, the temperature difference also changes. An integrated electronic module calculates the air mass from the temperature difference and sends this signal to the ECU. Newer MAF sensors also integrate an intake air temperature sensor into the same housing. These usually have 5 pins instead of 3, with 2 pins dedicated to the temperature sensing and 3 to airflow measurement. Accurate air temperature readings help the ECU further fine-tune fuel delivery. Depending on the vehicle, MAF sensors can produce either an analog signal, where voltage varies with airflow, or a digital signal, where the sensor outputs a frequency. Regardless of the type, the goal is the same: precise airflow measurement. Although MAF sensors are built to last the lifetime of a vehicle, problems can develop over time. One of the most common reasons for MAF sensor failure is contamination. Over time, airborne dust, dirt, and oil particles from the intake airflow, along with engine oil fumes and leftover EGR residue circulating inside the intake manifold, can coat the hot wire or sensing film. Even after the engine is turned off, these residues continue to settle on the sensor. This buildup acts like insulation on the sensing element, preventing it from accurately measuring the amount of incoming air. When the ECU receives bad airflow data, it leads to all kinds of drivability problems like rough idling, hesitation, or poor fuel economy. Physical damage to the sensor or its wiring harness can also cause incorrect readings or complete sensor failure. So how do you know if your MAF sensor is failing? Number 1. Check engine light. One of the first signs is your check engine light coming on. Now, this light can mean anything, but if you scan your car and find a code like P0101, that's a strong indicator your MAF sensor is sending a signal that's out of the expected range. This often means the sensor is dirty, clogged, or just failing. But don't stop at the sensor. It could also be a vacuum leak, a damaged intake boot, carbon buildup on the throttle body, or even a clogged air filter that's messing with airflow and throwing off the reading. In some cases, a restricted exhaust, like a blocked catalytic converter, can alter pressure in the intake and confuse the MAF readings too. Other related codes like P0100, P0102, and P0103 also point toward issues with the sensor's circuit, signal, or voltage. Number 2. Jerking, hesitation, misfiring, and rough running. When the MAF sensor is faulty, you'll often notice the car jerking, hesitating, or feeling sluggish during acceleration. You might also experience rough running, misfires, or even engine surging. This happens because the sensor is feeding inaccurate airflow information to the ECU, causing the air-fuel mixture to constantly shift between too lean and too rich. If the engine runs lean, meaning not enough fuel, it may hesitate, stumble, or misfire. If it runs rich, you could feel sudden power surges or rough driving, especially under load. In severe cases, misfiring can become so bad that the engine vibrates heavily or even seizes briefly during operation. Number 3. Trouble idling or frequent stalling. A faulty MAF sensor can also cause your engine to idle roughly or even stall, especially right after starting or when you come to a stop. This happens because at low RPMs, the engine is extra sensitive to air-fuel ratio. A bad MAF sensor might give a reading that makes the ECU cut fuel too aggressively or not deliver enough, and that can kill the engine at idle. Number 4. Black smoke from the exhaust. If your car starts blowing out black smoke, that's a sign the engine is running rich. It's burning more fuel than it should. A faulty MAF sensor can trick the ECU into thinking more air is coming in than there really is. So the ECU dumps in extra fuel to match, and it doesn't all get burned. That excess fuel goes straight to the exhaust, where it turns into smoke and hurts your emissions system. Number 5. Difficulty starting. If you're having trouble starting your car, especially in cold weather, the MAF sensor might be to blame. A lean condition means not enough fuel in the mixture to ignite properly, which makes cold starts really difficult. On the other hand, a rich condition can flood the engine, making it just as hard to start. Number 6. Poor fuel economy. And finally, if you notice your fuel gauge dropping faster than usual, the engine might be running rich. That means you're burning more fuel than necessary. Alright, so how do you actually diagnose a bad MAF sensor? Start with a visual inspection. Look closely at the sensor and its connector. Check for corrosion, damaged terminals, broken wires, or loose connections. Sometimes the problem is as simple as a poor electrical contact. Next, verify the sensor's power supply. Use a multimeter to check if the sensor is getting proper voltage. With the ignition key in the on position and the engine off, probe the power wire. You should see around 12 volts. If there's no voltage, the issue might be with the wiring, fuse, or ECU, not the sensor itself. Then, check the sensor's signal output. Still using the multimeter, probe the signal wire at the connector. Refer to your vehicle's service manual for the correct voltage values. Abnormal readings here can confirm a bad sensor. After that, scan for trouble codes. Plug in a basic OBD2 scanner and see if any codes pop up. Codes like P0100, P0101, P0102, or P0103 often point toward MAF sensor issues. Keep in mind, though, codes don't tell you exactly what's wrong, they just help you narrow it down. You can also perform a live data test if you have a scan tool that shows real-time readings. The MAF sensor reading of airflow in grams per second should vary with the engine RPM, and the amount depends on the engine size. When you floor the accelerator, the reading should rise to about 80% or more of the engine capacity. If the readings are way off or spiky, that's another strong clue the MAF sensor isn't working properly. Finally, try the unplugging test. Try simply unplugging the MAF sensor and start the engine and see how it behaves. If the engine suddenly starts running smoother or idling better, that's a strong hint the MAF sensor might be faulty. What's happening here is that without the sensor connected, the engine's computer switches to a backup strategy, using pre-programmed values instead of the sensor's bad readings. However, be aware that not all cars react the same way. Some vehicles will go into a protective or limp mode, limiting engine power as soon as they notice the sensor is missing, so this trick doesn't always give a clear answer. Before you think about cleaning your MAF sensor, make sure you know which type you have. If it's a hot wire type, it can usually be cleaned safely. But if it's a semiconductor or microchip type, you could easily damage it. If cleaning is safe, use a dedicated MAF sensor cleaner spray. Lightly spray the sensor without touching the delicate wire filament. No rags, no cotton swabs, and definitely no harsh chemicals. After spraying, let the sensor air dry for at least 10 to 15 minutes before reinstalling it to avoid the risk of shorting. If cleaning the MAF sensor doesn't solve the problem, replacement is the next step, and the good news is, it's usually very straightforward. First, always make sure to use a high-quality OEM or OEM-grade sensor. An OEM sensor comes with a manufacturer warranty, is guaranteed to fit and perform exactly as designed, whereas aftermarket sensors are often generic, may not work properly, and usually don't offer any reliable warranty. To replace the MAF sensor, start by locating it. It's typically found between the air filter box and the intake manifold, sitting right inside the air intake duct. Then, disconnect the negative terminal of the car battery and carefully unplug the electrical connector attached to the sensor. Next, remove the 2 or more hex bolts or screws holding the sensor in place. Once those are out, you can gently pull the old sensor out. Install the new sensor by reversing the process. Seat it properly, secure it with the bolts or screws, and reconnect the electrical plug. Once everything is back together, it's important to clear any error codes using a scan tool. Finally, take the car for a drive. This allows the ECU to relearn the new sensor's readings and adjust the air-fuel mixture properly for smooth performance.